Hello and welcome back to the channel. Captain Numpty, or Commander Numpty if you prefer. And this is Operation Southern Edge. Just been looking at my boat. Almost at HMS. Gosh, no. SSN Greenling. USS Greenling. I always get them mixed up. Let's take a look at where we are. Okay. Well, our mission is to defend against possible Soviet attack. Well, isn't that always the case? Yes, I should probably quantify this. We're fresh, well, a couple of days out after defending Iceland, and HQ have been a little quiet. They've just asked us to remain on station and see what's going on. And sure enough, we've got some trade.
Sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Looks like a foxtrot. So, not a massive threat, I don't think. Oh, not really. Set 65s. Not even particularly noisy, not even particularly quiet. Kind of comparable in some ways to our own, but a little smaller. And it's tempting, do I just want to fire now? Well, if I fire, it's gonna detect me, which wouldn't be great, but at least it would know exactly where it is. I think firing now would be a little gung-ho. I mean, we're assuming
depth 350 feet, dive high.
We're assuming that there's nothing else out there, which may not be the case. We really don't know. So I'm going to accelerate time. Okay, it's heading west. Well, we need to take care of him. That's for sure. So,
Con sonar, Sierra 1, come left to 000.
looks like he might be performing a crazy Ivan. We might get a better idea of his location. Well, we will in due course. So we're going to depth down. Let's go ahead and just let this pan out. See what happens here. He's back to 5 knots. Okay.
Con, helm, steady course.
Reduced his depth, got up to about 100 foot, it looks like. Okay. I mean, none of this is particularly untoward. It's quite straightforward behavior, I think. Let's see. We're getting a little closer, it reckons. Oh, that's good. He's moving away from us. Well, he was moving, he was pointing a little more to the northeast, but not anymore. Okay, it's turning towards me. Right, well, yeah, I think let's talk a little bit about what's happening in this this war, how things are going, and what may be happening. So we did defend Iceland. That was quite the engagement. We pretty much plastered the Soviets. We took care of their little invasion fleet very, very nicely, and got a thank you note from HQ, which was appreciated. It asked us to stay on station. Okay. Now that usually means they've either got nothing else for us to do, or they don't want to tell us the thing they've got for us to do, or the thing that they want us to do is right where we're at. All of those are completely fine by me. Hey, I just follow the orders, I don't need to worry about it. But staying this part of Iceland, I mean, that's completely okay. They do know our situation. And so, yeah, there's not much else to say. In terms of situation, let's quickly show you what the payload left. We have 11 Mark 48 Mod 1s, and we have 1 single lonely harpoon, which probably won't be useful today unless we force this guy onto the surface through damaging him. And yeah, if that happens, then great. So I think the intention here is to have a fairly straightforward interception. We're 8,000 yards away. I'm going to maintain that. Nowhere close to being able to hear me, I don't think. Nope. So we'll accelerate. Well, we were accelerating time. In fact, let's make this a little easier. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. And when something more interesting happens, okay, we are maneuvering on this guy's 6, and not particularly relevant to this engagement, but we just got a notification from the ELF, the extremely low frequency radio, that is asking us to get up to up a little shallower so we can receive a mission update. Now, right now is not the time to be doing that. I'll take care of this guy first. I don't know if there's anything else around us, but we're gonna go ahead and give him one. So, hello, Mr. Foxtrot. Meet my friend, Mr. Mark 48. Well, let's guide it here.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
We didn't lose the wire, which is good. Right, and I'm gonna run this guy on the surface, and what I'm also gonna do is, I really want to maneuver this torpedo and attack him more from the north, so go ahead and do that. It also keeps the torpedo quiet. I'm gonna go ahead and reverse course here.
Come left to 137, helm aye.
I'm not going to dogleg the torpedo around, essentially, but I'm going to just let the torpedo head west to get more on his 6, and I'm going to turn it back towards him. So he's been gradually listing to the right. I think he's going to list a port next to the left. He might be. Okay.
Con, helm, steady course.
That's about right. So we'll turn him back towards him. I've meanwhile done a U-turn, worthy of a politician. Okay. So when he fires upon, when he detects the torpedo, which will be at some point in the not too distant future, he's not going to detect me, and I am way away. Now, don't want to reduce my depth. No, I'm going to. Yes, I think I will. To be fair, let's just get my depth down. Let's see, not quite in range of my torpedo, but my torpedo is pretty close, 1,000 yards, so he's 2.5-ish to 3,000 yards away.
Passing 400 feet.
Accelerate time a little bit.
Passing 500 feet.
I'm gonna kill my descent, 500 feet, that's we'll stop about 550, 600 foot, and I'd say this torpedo is close enough that we can go ahead and engage. So I'll make it go active now.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Right at the limit of its range. Okay, this torpedo is, it was pointing upwards, it's just going to match depth
Con
with him.
sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
He detected it pretty
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
quickly, and from his perspective, let's see, what does he see? So
Con,
he's
fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
dropped a noisemaker and a couple of torpedoes. And of course my torpedo has decided, oh, I don't want any of that. It's turned away.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, let's turn back on.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Now, neither of these torpedoes are
Con
any
sonar,
threat for
noisemaker
me.
bearing 246.
Manually steering the torpedo. I'm going to steer it more to
Con,
the east.
fire control,
There we
weapon
go.
acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
I think what I'm going to do is use the active homer on it. We'll use active sonar, because if there's anything else out there,
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
I'd like to know where it is, and this may panic them. Right, let's take a quick look here. I'm just getting one sonar ping from the Foxtrot. There's nothing else that I can detect, which is good. So a single lonely Soviet boat. Now, color me suspicious, but why would a single boat be investigating this part of Iceland? Who's to say? Either way, switch back to the...
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 248.
My Mark 48 coming like a champion. I'm going to let it run to the west, and I'm going to turn it back towards it like so. And we'll attempt a flank attack.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Yep, reacquired him. Big sonar return. This guy is probably toast.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 248. Contact breaking up.
That will be a big hole in his side. In the distance, we can see his 2 torpedoes going off to annoy some whales, some noisemakers. Right, let's switch back to me. This is me. Just to say, there's not much going on here, really. I'll get that torpedo tube reloaded, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else going on. I don't really feel I need to do anything to to consider anything else. I think surely it would have seen it. Right, well, we're going to go ahead and get up to periscope depth. We'll wait for these torpedoes to disappear, and we'll get an update. So thanks so much. Hope you got something from this. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready. Lower the ESM mast.
Okay, that's my update. That's not good. Let's go ahead and get down to depth. Alright, crew. Gonna make a bit of noise now. Okay, so the update is as follows. Yes, we successfully defended Iceland against the first fleet that were attempting to harass Iceland. Great. But there's more on the way. And why the sudden interest in
Passing
Iceland?
100 feet.
Well, that all stems from the fact that Holy Loch, our tender there, was damaged right after we resupplied. We knew that she was attacked. We didn't know how bad the damage was, and we don't tend to find out these things until sometime afterwards. Well, it's sometime afterwards. That tender is she needs to be repaired, and so U.S. Navy Command has another
Passing 200 feet.
tender on the way, but it's going to relocate to Iceland, and so we were very instrumental in keeping Iceland secure. That's the mixed news we've got there. But we're tasked right now with continuing up the defense of Iceland. We believe the Soviets have got word of what we're attempting to do and are going to send what that they've got to
Passing 300 feet.
try and stop this tender. And so that's where we're at. So stick around and we'll see what the next mission has in store for us.
Passing 400 feet.
Welcome back. About 3 hours of game time have passed. Very little time in the real world, and we have another mission. We have another sonar contact, seemingly another submarine, possibly following the one that we've just sunk. Let's take a look. Okay, surface contact, I think that's Sierra 2. Sierra 1 is probably the submerged contact. I'm going to pop the sensors up.
Upscope.
See, what is this? It's probably another diesel electric.
Con sonar, Master 2 is classified as merchant.
Kilo.
Con
That's
sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
I mean, I have to say that the Kilo is not great, but we've got a trawler on the surface. Let's take a look. Well, it's friendly. Not going to worry too much about him, although Kilo might be concerned about him. All right, let's get my sensors down.
Downscope.
Get down to his depth, I think. Go ahead and go to 350 foot. Kilo.
Make depth 350 feet. Dive by.
Something of a hole in the water. Or at least that they're described as a black hole in the water. They're a quiet sub. We, however, appear to have gotten wind of him quite some distance out, but he is moving at 14 knots. Now that's a little unusual. I don't really want to engage him that close to
Come right to 359 helm I.
to a friendly trawler, so I'm going to go ahead and head north. I'm tempted to pop out. He's moving away from us. Pop out a torpedo. They're a dangerous foe. Let me get down to depth and get down to my heading, and then we'll see what he's doing. Let's accelerate time. It is tempting just to get something out, get a torpedo out in his case. He's moving away.
Con helm steady course.
See, we could let him go, and that might be fine. But if he's detected something that we didn't want him to detect, we don't want to be doing that. I can easily catch him, and my torpedo can catch him pretty easily too. He's not moving at flank, he's probably moving at full. I don't really want to let this guy go, but it's a long chase for a Mark 48, assuming he truly is 11,000 yards away. Let's get one out.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Now he shouldn't have detected that, so I'm going to go ahead and run up. I'm going to go a little deeper, a lot deeper actually. I'll get my speed up to 15
Make
knots.
turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering I.
So I don't think he'll fire up on the trawler. Pretty sure that he won't.
Passing 400 feet. Passing 500 feet. Passing 600 feet.
Alright, we'll accelerate to... Oh, okay.
Passing 700
So
feet.
he spotted that. Get back down to
Make
5
turns
knots.
for 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
Got plenty of depth there. Let's see if we can get a better idea of where he is. Okay, still moving away from me, it would appear. He's not gone relatively north or south. There he is. He is pretty far then. Okay.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 267.
So
Non-maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
he's fired it towards the trawler. That's bad. I don't want
Come
that.
left to.
I
Make
really don't
turns
want that.
for 15 knots. Maneuvering
And I
I.
don't think I can do much about it unless I somehow get in front of this trawler, which I think I'm going to do. Is he still moving away?
Non-maneuvering. Making turns for
No.
15 knots.
He's heading south. Okay, I think I want to get ahead of this trawler and throw off this torpedo. That's not a good place for him, this trawler, to be. And that torpedo, he's firing a test 71, I think, or maybe a test 71M. 71M. It's dual purpose, isn't it? Doesn't say it's dual purpose. I'm pretty sure that it is.
Con helm steady course.
Okay. We get any indication of what this Kilo might be doing? In terms of, is he heading north? Is he heading south? What's he doing? And the reason why is I want to divert my Mark 48 to try and be in the right vicinity of wherever he's going to be. It's difficult to say where he is. Then I'm going to have to... okay, he's heading a little south. Do that. I've got to get in front of this trawler.
Make turns for 29 knots. Maneuvering
I'm
I.
likely to lose the wire doing this. It'll be okay. The Mark 48 has still got enough.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
That's the wire. Still has enough to be able to essentially track down and hunt this guy. But it doesn't matter if he does or doesn't. I still want to get ahead of this trawler and lead the torpedo away. So the plan to do that, it's not something I normally do. And if it were a Russian trawler, I might not do this, or I probably should. So, I think what I'm going to do, let's check what's this guy's bearing on me. 258, okay. Let's head right down under his keel, like so. And then once we get ahead of him, I'm going to drop down to 15, or once we get much closer, I'll drop down to 15 knots, must be even 10 knots, and we'll loiter. And then we really want to make a bit more noise than the torpedo, so I may have to get my depth up and cavitate a bunch. Well, that's not going to be difficult, cavitating. Okay, I can't go any quicker. I can't warn the trawler. His kilo's definitely moving south. They may
Con,
be...
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
There's a chance that the kilo can
Con,
detect
maneuvering,
me.
making turns for 29 knots.
In which case I can take the trawler out of a
Passing 700 feet.
bit less danger.
Make depth 300 feet, dive I.
Let's get my...
Make depth 350 feet, dive I.
We're going to start to cavitate very, very soon, and that's going to mean that the kilo will have a very... well, has a chance of having a good
we
audio
are
signal on me.
cavitating.
But he's running away from me, so he's not going to hear a dang thing. Okay. Plan foiled. Oh well. Okay, he may be moving a little north now. Or maybe he's just heading west. He's just getting away from me as quickly as he can. But I don't blame him. If he's seen my reputation, he'll know... well, he's not going to know that, but surely Soviet forces will know that they've lost 9 submarines and something like 10 or 11 warships. So yeah, he would do well to avoid any permit class boats, because that captain, he's an expert. He's ruthless. And then of course they come across me, but hey. Right, let's switch back to my view. Yep, we can hear the trawler. A ton of noise underneath this guy. And yeah, we can see the torpedo, and is it homing? Active right now? I don't know. It's a little shallower than me. Let's get up to 250 foot.
Make depth 250 feet, dive I.
Con, sonar lost contact. Master 2, last bearing 196. Contact faded.
Actually going to turn in front of it like
Con,
this.
sonar regained contact on. Master 2,
yeah.
bearing
Oh, there you go.
148.
Okay, we can lead you away from this trawler.
Con, sonar lost contact. Master 2, last bearing 143. Contact is in the baffles.
So there's a pretty good chance it's going to detect the trawler. Let me see. So it's got a... what's this range? Is it 1,600 yards?
Con, dive at 250 feet, dive.
Con, sonar.
Okay.
Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing
That worked.
272.
That's fantastic. Okay, let's get my depth down. Oh yeah, it's coming right at me now. Got its attention. Okay, I'm going to lead it away. I'm going to lead it
Passing 300 feet.
east-northeast. This is rather exciting, chaps, don't you think?
Passing 400 feet.
Okay, here it comes.
Con, sonar regained contact on.
Passing 5.
Con, sonar no longer cavitating.
So what I got to do is
Passing
not
600 feet.
drop a noisemaker.
Con, sonar lost contact. Sierra.
Passing 700 feet.
So we've got about 1,900 foot of depth
Passing
here.
800 feet.
Might be a chance. Well,
Passing 900 feet.
lost its lock on me.
Passing 1,000
Okay,
feet.
we still need it to follow me. Come on, guys. Come on. The one time a torpedo doesn't want to track me is the one time when I need it to.
Passing 1,100 feet.
Okay, so after we revised the test depth of this particular permit, we put it down to 16. This is 1,650 or 1,600 foot.
Passing 1,200 feet.
We may get to use that. Let's see what we rated at. 1,650 foot. Okay.
Passing 1,300 feet.
This is our normal test depth that would be if you're in a normal permit, a lesser
Passing
permit.
1,400 feet.
But we're going deeper. Okay. I think I'm leading it away.
1,500 feet.
I think we might not want to exceed this test depth too much, but we should be able to go
Passing 1,600 feet.
deeper. Let's turn towards it.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
That looks like my torpedo is... Okay, the kilo's...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 255.
Kilo is going defensive against its
Con
torpedo.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 254. Contact is in the baffles.
So we managed to exceed my test depth, which clearly means the boat's stronger than we thought. Okay, I think it's getting close enough.
Con, knuckle
What we
formed.
want to avoid doing here is a numpty shuffle. Okay, so it's
Con sonar
turning off. That's
noisemaker bearing
perfect. That's what I want.
253.
Gonna turn away and let's get my depth. Let's get my depth to 1650.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 252.
Con, knuckle formed.
Another knuckle. Yep, I'm forcing it north. I don't think I'm forcing it north. It just happens to be heading north, and that's good for me. Let's turn away. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and crank on again.
Con, knuckle
Another
formed.
knuckle, and it's going south. That's bad. I want it to go south. We want it to go for me, but it will know it's going for the trawler if it's
Con
depth.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 251.
If it suddenly climbs for the surface, and if it does that, I cannot get to it. It's quicker than I am. So I really do need to keep
Con
this
sonar noisemaker bearing 250.
thing away. Let's jump back here and see how far away do we think it is. Okay, it's assuming that this is about 3. Okay, should be good. I think I can do a numpty shuffle now. Yay! Okay, let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that happens?
Con, knuckle formed.
Have one of these. I'm going to turn right back towards it. We come up like a fart in
Passing
a bath.
1,600 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2, last
Passing 1,500 feet.
Want to get above it, like so, which we're above it. Ah,
Passing 1,400 feet.
grief. This thing is persistent.
Passing 1,300 feet.
It's going to lose
Passing
me,
1,200 feet.
which is good, because it can't
Passing
ascend
1,100
that
feet.
quickly. And I'm still at
Passing 1,000 feet.
1,100 feet.
Passing 900 feet.
The noisemaker should distract it, but not enough, so it's going to...
Passing 800 feet.
I'm going to go find the trawler.
Passing 700 feet.
Hoping it will do.
Con sonar.
Passing 600 feet.
Hoping it will do is start to circle. Let's see. So we're still 500 foot, we're still deep enough that we're not capitating, and I think it's circling, and I don't think it's detected the trawler. Estimate range of the trawler is 3,700 yards. The Kilo is engaged with a Mark 48. I think we did it. Oh. What do you know? That worked. That actually worked. Okay, it reacquired me. I'm actually going to dive. I think it's going to pop back up towards 500 foot. I think it was a bit cleaner, so it reacquired
Passing
me.
600 feet.
There it goes. I'm going to go ahead and drop back down.
Passing 700 feet.
This is a little dangerous for the trawler, because
Passing 800 feet.
as it's close to the surface, it might detect it.
Passing 900 feet.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay.
Passing 1,000 feet.
And I'm cracking on heading west, and
Passing 1,100 feet.
got me again. You know,
Passing 1,200
the
feet.
irony of this thing sinking me would be like worthy of an Alanis
Passing 1,300 feet.
Morissette song.
Passing 1,400 feet.
So arrest the descent.
Passing 1,500 feet.
I want to head a little north.
Passing 1,600 feet.
Depth, depth, depth. Okay. That seems good. Let's see. Is it still circling? The whole while the trawler's getting further and further away. It's nearly 5,000 yards from me, and it's going to be maybe 4,000 yards away from this torpedo. And I think we managed to evade the torpedo a second time. that fills my heart with joy. I think we're safe. I should never assume that. Okay, let's get back down to the 5 knots.
Make turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay, I'm gonna turn
Passing 1,500 feet.
the west.
Come left to 268. Helm aye.
In my depth to say 200 feet. There's the torpedo.
Passing 1,300 feet.
We'll let it. We're letting the boat come up very, very quickly. We'll be creaking, making a bit of noise doing this.
Passing 1,200 feet. Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Run ultra quiet. Let's see. Kilo is. Oh, he avoided the Mark 48 too.
Steady course.
Clever lad.
Passing 1,100 feet.
Now that's a little disappointing.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
On the other hand,
Come right to 295. Helm aye.
if this Kilo gets a little too close, if he approaches me, then he's gonna discover that Mark 48 is gonna reacquire him. And ask me why I know that that's a
Passing
thing.
900 feet.
It happens to me often enough. Okay, so we both fired one and we both avoided one. He did well to avoid a Mark 48. And there's a flaming Norwegian trawler in the middle of us, and that's really bad because
Cons.
Passing 800 feet.
a Mark 48 is as likely to go for that as it is to go for him, especially with him,
Make depth 200 feet. Dive aye.
especially with him being fairly shallow. And his active sonar is still going to detect me. I don't think he's engaged with one. I think he's just, I don't know what he's doing.
Con helm. Steady course.
Making his crew feel sick? Who's to say? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. We'll let this pan out a little bit, and I'll be back when something more interesting is going on. So, hold that thought. Okay, so it's only been a few minutes of watching this guy gyrate like he's trying to evade that Mark 48, but the Mark 48 is not interested in him. So I think I'm going to get another torpedo out on my way to him, but I just need to make a little bit more noise.
Dive at 200 feet. Dive aye.
So I could fire my torpedo when he's not facing me, and that might help. But he's doing a standard Soviet torpedo evasion technique, but there's nothing there. He keeps dropping noisemakers. So at the very least, he's reducing his chances of evading a real threat, and right now, I don't have a real threat on him. But we reckon he's likely to hear. I mean, he can certainly detect me on active sonar, which is interesting because he's at flying speed. And he's probably going to detect another torpedo launch. So I don't know whether I want to do that right now, although at
Con
least...
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 222.
At least if he fires at me, he's going to guide his torpedo beyond the... well, hopefully beyond the trawler. And if he doesn't, I can't get there quickly enough. The trawler's going to go right over him. In fact, the trawler's in danger of this Mark 48. How deep's the Mark 48? Deep-ish. I might sink this guy with my own torpedo. If he detects me launch, he's going to run away, which isn't going to help. I'm not entirely sure if there's much I can do to help the trawler. And I could surface. Oh, that's a bad idea. I could surface and try and just, I don't know, shine a flashlight at him. Or direct radio communicate to him. But hey, there we go. Numpty has got the attention of the Mark 48. Now, unfortunately, that trawler is still close enough that soon it's going to be an
Con
issue.
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 220.
But I guess the Mark 48 probably detected the noisemaker.
Come left to 180. Helm
Well, is
aye.
off to investigate. And what do you know? I don't know how much fuel is left in this bad boy. One thing's for sure. If I was in that keeler right now, I would be calling the captain all sorts of... well, I don't know. I don't know what's the Russian name for dumbass. I can think of a few words they might choose to call him, most of which we've seen in the press recently. But let's just not go there right now. Okay, he may have just got the attention of the Mark 48 by himself. He could have just headed away, disengaged from the battle. I would probably not have detected him at such long range, but no. He
Con
decided
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 218.
he decided he would stay put. Now this is where the Mark 48 might detect the trawler. It's pointing right at him. Okay, it's turning away. It's the kilo. See, the kilo is still 204. There's really nothing I can do. I can't get to the trawler quickly enough. Just gotta let this pan out. And I might just do it on accelerate time. Although to be fair, let's watch the Mark 48 engage. But let's watch it in accelerate time. It'll be a fun little dance. Oh, it's getting close. Maybe.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 217. Contact breaking up.
That was a completely avoidable loss. The Kilo did not have to keep evading something that wasn't tracking him. I don't know why he did that. And he did really well to get the Mark 48 to not detect him. So, I hope you got something from that. I guess the moral there is don't evade something that's not really tracking you, which sometimes is easier said than done. Well, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something from this, and I guess keep the sail pointing upwards, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care. Goodbye.
Con, helm, steady course.